Alright, Season 5's coming, and I have some things I want changed, and so does Xin. He's right here.
Hello, everyone.
That's Xin. Kuzenbros are good. We're going to start with, as you can see right there, the tank and hunter meta. How do we fix it?
I mean, as a support main, I'm not opposed to being in the meta, but at the same time, when I'm in a game and I'm not a tank, well, clearly there's a bit of a problem with it. I would love some new items to be thrown into the game so hunters don't have to just go, okay, executioner, kins, standard lifesteal item, you know, just add a bit of variety. Like, I don't remember who said it, but someone said, like, in terms of, like, tanks, you know, you have so many options. You have straight magical defense and health, straight magical defense and mana, physical defense and health and mana, or a mix of both physical and magical defense. In terms of hunters, you've just got executioner, kins, lifesteal. That's all you need.
Pretty much.
So like a little bit of lifesteal in terms of that sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, not lifesteal, variety.
For me to make him less strong, I think people just gotta buy Sov again, you know? Like, it's a decent item. It gives some sustain, some defense for everybody, and mages, they gotta get, what's the not the starter item, but the tier 2 item they used to buy. They give physical protections. A little one.
Are you talking about like the Dynasty Plate Helm? Yeah, that's a good. That was a good item. I miss it.
Right. Like,
you never see it anymore.
It's a good item. It gives physical protections and a warrior and hunter meta. That's good. So yeah, buy that, and it's gone almost. There's obviously little problems, but yeah, that's the big
bam, and the meta is gone.
Pretty much. I mean, it's just it's not really gone. It just goes back to the old meta before they nerfed that stuff. But I think they nerfed it to balance it, not to kill it. But everyone just stopped buying it like it was dead. That was the thing for me. Like, they're still good items. You just gotta buy them. But yeah, other items, adding them in for hunters, I'd like that. That'd be nice. Do something with Atlantis Bow, or add Atlantis Bow. Like, what?
Make Atlantis Bow great again.
What do you mean great again?
True, you do have a point.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not bring back Fatalis, that'd be bad.
Oh, yeah. Or at least the first Fatalis. The first Fatalis was fine when no one picked it up.
Yeah, just bring it back, but just tell people not to buy it. And just let us buy it. No one else.
Yeah, because that worked so well when they threw pen on top of it and everyone started picking it up, so everyone's like, please, stop buying it.
Yeah. That was a weird change to add pen to it. Alright, I think we've covered that. Seems like we fixed it.
More or less.
Warriors versus assassins. Why would you pick an assassin over a warrior? That's a good question.
I mean, realistically, like the only reason, well, H is our jungler, so the only reason he would pick someone like, let's say, Cirquet, or maybe like anything. Let me bring the assassins list up. So things like Cirquet or Loki, if he so chose, or Naja. Yeah. Mainly is for the one-shot potential. Like, you know, you just go in, solo someone, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And realistically, that's the only reason. All the other assassins you'd normally pick, like your Thors, your Fenrirs, your Dargis, your Kamazots, you build defense. You make them tanky.
Pretty much. They're
budget warriors.
And you may as well just pick a warrior if you're doing that, like a Raven or
like a nice Raven or Odin.
Yeah, pretty much. And you don't see like Kali or Bakasura anymore as well. You can't really just buff their items because they're hunters.
I want to see Kali and Bakasura.
Yeah.
I want Arachne to be good.
Yes, please. That would be nice. Ajax, the fuck. Come on, man. You're ruining it.
There is one person who's greater than Arachne. And in every region, there is one good person who's good at Arachne.
Yeah.
And that's like, oh, people are good with Arachne, better not buff her. Like, no, because there's one person good with them in every region doesn't mean just balance.
Thanks, Zen.
You're welcome.
I think I'm like 39% wins with her, so can't say much. No, I'm pretty bad at her.
I mean, I'm only at 49.
I mean, if she's like going well, she's going well, but what can you do with Arachne when you're behind, honestly?
That's pretty much it. You're hedging all your bets on a snowball, and if you don't get it, well, you're fucked.
Yeah, and how can you clear a lane when all you do is throw some spiders compared to like a Thor or a Raven or a Erlang or something like that.
Mm.
It's just like, yeah, well.
I mean, don't get me wrong. She's absolutely fantastic at clearing. Like, I think at level 6 you can clear a Gold Fury,
Oh yeah.
but that's about it.
Mm.
Like, and when I say clear a Gold Fury, I mean like on her own.
Yeah. And by then the other
Spider.
team's probably level 9 and cleared up already. So.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
This meta is not exactly favorable to the old spider.
That's true. Yeah. I think it's the biggest one for gods like that. Just the current like starting lane, doing all that stuff, kind of screws up the assassins that can clear buffs.
While we're on that topic, sorry for going on a weird tangent. I really do not like how all the focus is on the lane.
Yes, please.
Like, especially seeing as how it's like solo, you just stay in lane, kill your wave, then go do a buff, then come back for your wave and poke out, then go do a buff. ADC is pretty much exactly the same thing. Mid is do your wave, see if a lane needs help and go gank it.
Yeah.
Come back to do your wave. Which sort of leads supports and junglers out saying, well, my only resource is mooching off another wave, getting kills, because buffs don't really give that much XP anymore.
No, that's a big one for me too. Yeah.
More buffs or less focus on wave.
You just make buffs funner. Do something like that. Maybe you'll want
Make
to do
buffs great again.
Yes, please. I want some like season 2 conk. Season 3, yeah. Season 4, like, ugh. All
Season
right.
4 was not a great year for Smite.
Nah, it's been better. Yeah. Alright, too easy to rotate. That's what a lot of people are talking about. It's what the new map's trying to fix by making it bigger. Is it a problem? Should it be fixed? I mean, yeah.
I mean, the only ones who have too easy to rotate, I'd say, are things like Apollo Athena.
Yeah.
But then again, they have a global ult that gets them over there in roughly the same time anyway, so...
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
But then when you got a wider jungle and all that sort of stuff, it means you do have a bit more of a warning. So if an enemy says, hey, someone missing in my lane, be careful in middle, you do actually have more time to get back into your tower before your 5-man ganked.
Pretty much that's it, yeah. You don't want that. Yeah. And another thing they were saying that they should punish people for rotating more, so like it's more of a risk involved, but I think rotating's good.
I mean,
it's so boring.
I guess the punishment is you get to miss out on waves.
Yeah.
But that's not really too much of a punishment, even though we literally just said there's too much focus on waves.
Yeah. Kind of stupid. Fuck it. Let's just play Assault. Not fixing stuff there.
Yeah, let's balance the game off Assault. That'll work.
Yep. Ares, you're banned now. It's gonna remove you from the game.
Posh, you're completely overpowered. You're always going to be banned.
Completely nerfing his kit. No more Poshes. Fuck him. Yeah. Oh, that actually brings us right into the next one. Leap and jump gods. Are they too strong? I think yes.
They're not. I'm not going to say too strong. I am going to say there's a lot of reliance on them.
Yeah. Now
like the only reason you saw AMC and Zeus in Worlds this year was mainly due to the fact that they had enough peel to cover for him, and the burst damage is absolutely intense.
Yeah.
But let's face it, people went nuts when Anubis was picked because it was more of a meme pick.
Yeah. Alright, I have a transition planned. Boom. Alright, now we're looking at all the gods. I'll just open it in Chrome, don't worry. And I'm just going to go over which gods have jumps and which ones are good. Alright, Agni. He's got a jump. Is he good? Yeah.
I mean, he's sort of the pinnacle of balance in terms of this game.
Pretty much, yeah. He's alright. You know, he's got a jump. He is damaged. It's alright. Alright, Wash. No. No.
God, no.
No. Anubis. No. No jump.
Nope.
No. Ao Kwong, he's got a jump, and he's got, like, the most bans for any mage right now. So, I'd say...
He was, I'm not entirely sure about that, but he did have his own little spot in the meta at some point.
Yeah.
During season, like late season 3, early season 4. So I'm gonna say put him as a yes.
He's a yes. Aphrodite, no jump. She did have a high win rate for a while, but no one really picked her. So
I don't really think that counts in that case.
No. All right, Chang'e, no jump. Nope, not really.
Well, I mean, would you classify her too as a jump? It's immunity frames and increased movement speed.
A little bit, but it's not like a big one. But yeah, it's something. Yeah. It's better than nothing. Kronos, I mean, none of the auto attack mages have them, but then again, they're not picked as much as they were like 2 months ago. They like did all the mid-season changes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you don't really see them anymore. The Freyas, the Cronoses. So I'm gonna put them as a no. Yeah. Discordia has a jump. Fucking OP.
She's actually fantastic.
Yep. Freya, no jump, and not picked as
Hardly
much.
ever picked.
Yep. Hades.
Credit where it's due. I absolutely love how Barracuda loves Freya,
Yeah.
but let's face it, it wasn't played in Worlds for a reason.
Yeah.
What she played in Worlds, I don't remember.
I didn't see much of it.
I might be retarded here.
Yeah. Hades has a jump, but it's Hades, so he gets potential, but
He's sort of on a borderline. He's fantastic for setting up fights. He's a great solo laner.
yeah.
But if your team has like no potential to burst down like a Gold Fury or a Fire Giant, it's sort of okay. So like if it's a solo laner, yeah, sure, go for it. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Hebo. In Conky shit, everywhere else, get him the hell out of my game.
He's a fantastic jungler if you know what to do.
Yeah. But he's not super meta for pros, and he has no jump.
True.
Hell was good for a while, and then
As a support.
Yeah. And no jump. Isis, no jump. She's okay. They've buffed her a couple times, but not really played.
Her early game is pretty good, but then what the fuck's a nicest late game?
Yeah. The ult for objectives, that's it. Then you're just kind of waving at them.
About pretty much.
Yeah. Janice is like the most in between here, honestly. He's like half a jump, half good. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
The ability to throw an entire team halfway across the map's pretty great.
That is nice. But really, I guess you count as one as mobility sometimes. Yeah. Kukulkan, no jump. No sir. And Nox has a jump. Not played a lot. I like her. She's strong. If you know what you're doing against people who aren't very good.
Can land your combo, which is fantastic.
Yep. If you can't, you're fucked. Nuwa.
No jump. What's a new war?
Yeah, pretty much. Poseidon, they've buffed him, but no jump. No thanks. Ra, he has a heal. He's not as good as he used to be. No jump. No. Raijin. I hate Raijin.
Whoever picked Raijin in the finals at Worlds won the game. So yeah, he's good.
But you know what I hate about him the most? He was better before his reworks. When people said he was like class D, he did more damage, he had a better jump, his ult was doing like a lot. It was just ridiculous. Like you could have one hit like any mage with your one, like half of your one and your two, and they were dead from 100 health. It was ridiculous. And then he's not D, he's good. And then like they changed his stuff and he went to S. It's like, what? No, people.
Why though? Why? Why?
It's just people kind of forgot he existed, so they just assumed he was bad, and then it was like changing him. Oh, we gotta try this guy out. Oh wait, he's not shit. We should play him a lot. It's so stupid. Like, if Steve Brandon was playing a game and he saw his mid laner with like a Raijin before his rework with like 4th item Hide of the Urchin, he'd probably have an aneurysm. And now if you don't, it's like, what the hell are you doing?
And now he has an aneurysm if it's anything but a Raijin.
Exactly. It's like, the meta isn't dictated by what's actually good. It's just what's
Dictated by what the pros pick.
Pretty much, yeah.
And that's what, like, don't get me wrong. Pros picking gods means that it gets a lot more visibility. Like, let's say, the Zeus winning Worlds. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was amazing, especially seeing as how it's an American team that won using the American skin.
That was a low blow.
But the fact that Raijin was picked every game until the final one where he was banned, not exactly a good message you want to display to everyone. Same with Ula in this matter, by the way.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, they barely even buffed him. Like, they changed his mana cost, the scaling on some of his abilities, and his axe, I guess that was... It's good when you're doing, like, the whole burst them down, but outside of that, you don't know how to do it. It's fucking annoying. Yeah. But it's one of the ones you kind of forgot they existed, so they changed them slightly, and they come back to being the best.
I mean, it's one of the problems you have with stance switches in the first place, like,
Yeah.
because they don't have an ultimate. So the big, like, let's say, in terms of Guardians, like, one of the reasons Ardio is ridiculously OP is a lot of the utility of, like, let's say, a Geb or a Sobek is in the ultimate with the big AoE slow and a crap load of damage, or Geb with his, like, your blink ult, and so, like, that's a big AoE stun and a massive chunk of health.
Yeah.
Audio doesn't get an ult, she's a stance switcher, so all her utility has to come from abilities,
Yeah.
which are on a shorter cooldown. So you make up with that by having increased mana cost, but you just get MP5 and mana and everything's fine again.
Yeah. And if other gods, if you miss your ult, that's kind of like you done for like the next 60 seconds. But if Ardia misses her 3, oh, okay, I guess I'll just do it again in like 10 seconds.
About that much.
Yeah. And Scylla. She's got mobility. I mean, it's Scylla.
She's a late game monster though.
Yeah, pretty much. Soul, same with the hunters, you know, I mean the magical damage ones. Yeah. Morrigan, people are playing her, but she can turn into people with jumps. So, 50-50 there. I wouldn't play her, but, you know.
Oh, Thoth.
Yes, Thoth.
Be gone, Thoth.
Please? Like, I got into Diamond just because it was just so fun and easy to play and rewarding, but I feel like a dick.
Oh yeah, of course you feel like a dick. You play the god with the longest rage in the game outside of a global ult.
And he's got CC and mobility, and it's like, what the fuck?
The fact that they added the stun on him sort of made him super strong.
They didn't need to do that. He was already good.
They just need to buff the slow a lot.
Yeah. Kind of like what they did to Terror just last buff. It's like 40% now or something.
Oh yeah.
For 2 seconds. Just do something like that. Fine. Problem solved.
I still think that they need to make the actual field a slow field though.
Yeah. That would be nice as well. Something team fight relevant. Vulcan, well, no jump, no thanks. Zeus, he got played in Worlds. And
He got played in Worlds, but he'd be picked on a lot by certain burst mages, which are never picked because it's a tank meta.
Woohoo! And then Zonkui, well, Zonkui. So yeah, jumps are kind of dictating things right now. And
I mean, you don't have to look at hunters.
yeah.
Like, you look at things like AMC, Artemis, who else? Skadi. Like, you'd hardly see those in Worlds, but all the ones with jumps, like Kernanos, Houyi, Izanami, Jingwei, Medusa.
Hachiman.
Those are all Hachiman. Those are all fantastics.
Shipalonke. No.
Look, he's not played because of his wave clear, not the fact that he doesn't have a dash.
He's completely inferior to Cernanos in every single way. Like, his 1 is just a mixture of a quarter of his Cernanos' 1 and his passive. And it costs mana. He gets it for free and like 3 other things. It's so stupid. And then he's
not exactly a big fan of that.
He's got actual wave clear, and a dash he doesn't have to use to clear the wave, and an actually good ult. Like, why does he even exist? It's so silly. But yeah.
Harez doesn't need to like one up previous gods and just like make something. If they add more immobile gods into the game and force people to pick something that doesn't have a jump,
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing them adjust the base stats as well for jump gods. Not early game.
Make immobile hunters great again.
Please. Please do. He's so good. Even for mages. I mean, just either that or have some like non-jump items, but that would be hard to do. Controversial. Yeah, it's tough. Like, how do you make them just go to every single non-jump god and buff them a bit, and every single jump god and nerf them a bit? Because it's just like some of the jump gods have like the same or better utility than gods without jumps, you know? So it's like why would you pick one? It'd be dangerous. Like,
I'm trying to think of a Guardian example.
Guardian examples. There's not many Guardians without jumps anymore. Ares, I don't know, New God, Cerberus.
No, Cerberus has a jump. It's a crab jump, but it's a jump.
Yeah, but Ares doesn't. So why would you pick Ares over Cerberus?
Well, no one really picked Ares to begin with in this sort of season.
Yeah.
Everyone was always picking things like Ganesh or Fafnir or Audio if she wasn't banned.
Kabrek and Fafnir, I guess you could compare them. Similar kind of thing.
Mm.
Circles, stuns. Why would you pick Cab over Fafnir for support?
Cab's more of a jungler, isn't he?
Yeah,
Or a
pretty
solo
much.
laner?
Yeah. With his, like, if he had a jump though, you imagine he'd be a bit more supporty. But yeah, it's a weird situation for a lot of these ones. Sylvanas over, I'd say Terra, but she's even worse now.
Well, I mean, I would still pick Sylvanas over Terra, and Terra's a dash.
Yeah, because
And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Diamond Sylvanas. I'm full meaning that Sylvanas has a lot more utility in a Blink ult than Terra does in, well, whatever she does.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Blink. They could do something to Blink. Maybe give some non-mobile things better mobility.
Hmm.
Could see some more Blink up washes. Problem solved.
Oh god, that's gonna be something.
Well, I know what I'm doing today. Alright.
Please at least don't do that as ADC.
Triple mask, baby. Let's go. Get that Blink
Oh.
and Sunder.
I'm going to leave this group someday, I swear to god.
Okay, maybe not that much. A little bit. A little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, we can think we've covered that. Ability
Pretty
damage versus basic damage. For me, this is more relevant in the solo lane of Cleaves. So for things like Warriors right now, if you've got a Cleave, you're good. But something like, well, Hercules came back a bit. But things like Guan Yu, Odin to some extent, Sun Wukong, there's Famana, Tyr. They don't have Cleaves, they don't get played as much.
Well, some Wukong was supposed to be the be-all and end-all counter to Bologna at some point, because
Yeah,
if Bologna started using her bludgeon, he could just Ox her and stop the slam damage.
yeah.
But then they made it so, what did they do? They did something, and Sun Wukong just stopped being played.
I think they changed some of his mana costs at one stage. Yeah.
Either way.
Damage. Ugh, fuck.
At least Kakalin doesn't have a cleave and is still being played a lot.
Yeah. I guess he has infinite mana.
True.
Yeah, I think that could be something to consider, like an early mana item for warriors.
Or more gods like Kakalin, but across all classes.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Maybe not mages to that extent, like warriors and assassins,
Yeah.
maybe hunters, maybe even guardians. Like, I think that'll be fantastic. But
That'd be fun, yeah.
mages having mana sort of makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Just allow things like Chuck and Amaterasu to be aggressive and actually like not be having to conserve mana. Maybe like buff Bluestone.
It's sort of another gist of being a lane bully again. Like, Chalk used to be that one god that you'd pick, and you'd absolutely decimate the early game. The enemy gods wouldn't be able to clear wave at all because reasons.
Yeah,
And then come late game, he just became an ult bot.
pretty much.
But let's face it, Erlong Shen does a better job at bullying him now,
Yeah, and you can clear better now. With his
and he's got a cleave order.
Yeah. So like, they've nerfed cleave stuff like a lot, but you can't just remove cleaves, you know? They're important. They should be there.
Give Arachne a cleave, that'll make her OP.
There we go, problem solved. The spiders should have cleaves too. Wouldn't that be something?
Look, I just say make it a little step at a time. Give the big spider a cleave, then start working the little spiders if she's still not being played.
When she dies, she could take over a little spider.
That would be amazing.
And the voice back is the same, but like way squeakier.
New passive.
Yeah, remove the other one. Fuck it. Bring back some.
I mean, I kind of like the current passive.
2 passives. There we go.
I mean, Odin's got two passives. Aphrodite's got 2 passives.
Yeah, there we go.
Why can't Arachne have 2 passives?
Problem solved. Turns into a mini spider. And all the abilities are the same but small. Like he's this tiny little spider flying across in a ult. That'd be funny.
That'd be.
Tiny
But if someone walks over you, insta death.
Yes. Oh, that'd be good if you could actually bring jump mechanics in. So if you jump on them, they die.
Actually make the cosmetic jump useful outside of a jump stamp.
Yes! Yes, we're fixing everything. Problem solved. Oh,
Hi, Rez. I hope you're taking notes.
damn right. There should be. Stealth. Comment. We know what we're doing. Oh. Oh, the next one's pretty tough. Snowballing.
Speaking of Arachne.
Yeah. How do we fix snowballing? Well,
I mean,
I have an idea that I would like
oh,
to see.
I'm all ears because I have absolutely no bloody idea.
Alright, hear me out. The enemy buffs on the other side of the map give less experience and gold than the ones on your side. Not by heaps, but a little bit. Just a bit less. So you can't...
That sounds fantastic, but if you're getting both buffs regardless...
Yeah. Well, it doesn't mean you get ahead as quickly. Like, it'll be slower and you have, more chance to catch up.
I wouldn't be opposed to some more diminishing returns in terms of like god going up in your godlike and all that sort of stuff. So like the higher your kill streak, the less experience you start getting.
Yeah, it's already there to some extent.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not sort of dissuading from it. You're still getting more experience over everyone else.
Yeah.
But like especially like let's say with Carly and how she gets like, was it like a 25% bonus on gold to a kill? Like when you're getting absolutely stomped and then you get one kill on your target and you get a big payout of like 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, it feels amazing, but you don't want that happening when you're like 12-1.
Yeah. How do you
Like,
fix it? You maybe make
just
the gold diminishing like way more. And then, like, if you're, like, way behind, you get, like, 5 levels. Not quite 5 levels, but, you get more experience in gold.
Yeah. What's the opposite of diminishing returns? I want to see, like, comeback bonuses.
Yeah, comeback bonuses. Here we go. That could be something.
Like, if you've had a horrible game, and, like, let's say you've pulled a reverse godlike, you're 0-13.
Yeah.
And then you're finally able to start climbing your way back into a game. You should be getting a bonus for that.
Yeah. Like, if you've hung around that long, you haven't lost, you deserve something,
And that's perfect as well for late game gods. Like, let's say a Scylla or a who else is a late game god? Like a Ram. Like, let's say you're being absolutely stomped by something like an Isis or a whole year, and then you start coming online and you start getting your comeback bonuses. It sort of like jumpstarts that to bring the late game earlier.
Yeah, you don't lose at level 1. Yeah. Yes, that one. That's good. We'll do that. I like that a lot. And, okay, this one's a bit not quite, like, balancing, but the player base, especially on our little Oceania server and other servers, how do we boost the numbers?
To be perfectly honest, the Oceanic server has been getting absolutely fantastic as of late. Before, we used to sit in queues for like 10-15 minutes to get a Conquest game. Now I've been playing nothing but.
Pretty much, yeah.
There's a reason there's so many arena mains in Oceania, and it's not because it's fun.
I'm so glad they brought in multi-queue and took out the roll-ups.
Look, the roll-ups are god-awful. I'm so glad they're gone.
Like, why would you introduce them?
Whoever introduced roll-ups needs to be sacked. Whoever got rid of them needs a raise.
Yes. What if it's the same person?
Then they need to be sacked and rehired and given a raise.
Yes. Bit of paperwork, but it'll work. Gets the message across. There was no point for roll-ups, Like, oh, God.
I mean, in theory, it was a great idea, and then they said, everyone hates this, let's put it in a better system. And then everyone loved the better system.
But for the worst part with me is they had the audacity to then make quests to play those game modes for everyone. Like, play 5 games of Siege. In NA ping. No thank you. Nuh-uh. I get a chest from that, but now I can't do it. Because I have to win 5 games of Siege. When I can't even hit an auto. Like, that was just disgusting.
Why do you think I'm a support main?
Not anymore, you're not. Oh, actually, no, you're back to support, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, that was just the killer for me. Like, you couldn't do quests. For like, and then the hell is like events, like you paid gems to do them. Like to get the awesome chest or the skin at the end, and you had to go play some Clash. And it's like, oh, fuck. I can't do that. My team's gonna be like, oh, you're shit. And I'm like, no. No, it's just it's like a half a second behind. It's a handicap.
Maybe I really hope that's not the reason we're getting a lot of conquest games because of the Ragnarok event. Because there are three separate quests
Oh yeah,
to play. Wait, is it three?
I think it's
Such as Wrath, slay one jungle boss. I think that sort of counts, but
yeah.
does that count? Does Apophis or the Wild Juggernaut count for that? I don't think so.
I
But
think
Survival of the Fittest, play a conquest match. Legend of the Gold Fury, play a conquest match.
yeah. I think I'm on
They're
my
just
second.
asking to play conquest matches.
Yeah. If you're good, get in a 5-man, have some fun. If you're bad,
I mean,
hello.
don't get me wrong. Conquest is fun,
Mm.
but when you get a bunch of people, like there was one game I had yesterday, and like hopped into a game. I'm support. Literally, no one else knew what to do.
Yeah.
Like we had a mid laner who just started tier 2 boots and no potions.
Mm.
We had an ADC and a solo lane in one lane, and I had an entire lane to myself.
Yeah. How do you help those people as well? Like, how do you not turn them off, but instead get them to not be bad? Like,
I would love to see an entire revamp of the tutorial. Like the tutorial's based in the Joust map. I want to see it in a conquest map.
I think there's like this third or second one's conquest, but it's so hard to do a conquest tutorial because like every week you start somewhere different and you start in the buffs and
But that's optional. That's the thing.
yeah,
Those tutorials aren't mandatory.
yeah,
The quests say that you need it that you play like the ones that give you actual rewards.
mm,
Like the first one says you need to play a game of co-op arena, then you play an actual game of arena, then an actual game of Joust, then a bunch of other things.
and then conks at the end. Yeah.
No, there isn't a conch.
Oh, there isn't conk.
No, it doesn't even throw you into it. The only thing that like there's like a little training tab,
Mm,
and so you can do arena training, conquest tutorial, clash tutorial.
yeah.
Is that even the ones? I don't think so. And like if you go to like the actual training thing, there's a joust practice, there's an arena tutorial. In like the actual training, they don't actually have anything for conquest.
Yeah.
Like I thought conquest was the main role, was the main game.
That's what they keep saying. And,
Yeah.
like all the new like videos releasing the thing. You know, conks are premier. That's our main game mode, but we don't even tell you how to play it. Like, you can't expect people to come into the game after watching Worlds, be like, oh, that game looks fun, and then say, nah, we're not going to tell you how to play it. You got to play these other modes. Stay out of it, you know. Leave it for the good people. It's mean. I think that's part of why I didn't play Conk for like 3 years, you know? Like, I used to play it when I first got in, but I think I had one that lasted like an hour and a half when we were all idiots and didn't even know what we were doing. Like,
I mean, I entirely agree. I got into Smite because one of my friends showed me the game after he got into it through Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
And so we just like dicked around in Arena and Joust. And then he started playing it on Xbox, and I was like, no, this game looks so much better on PC than it does on Xbox. I'm going to stick on PC. So I started playing around on that, and I started coming up with a group of friends that were all Arena and Joust mains. That's why if you look at my profile, there's a shitload of Arena. Don't judge me.
I can't say much.
But it also started bouncing around Arena and Joust, and like I got into Conquest. I think when I was level 30 before they started raising the cap. So God knows what level I actually was.
Yeah.
But even then, like I was in NA servers playing Arachne, so it was already destined to failure. I didn't do too bad though. The Americans I was fighting were either really bad, or I was a lot better than I'm giving myself credit for.
Yeah. I've seen your Arachne, you know what you're doing.
Yeah, but this is when I first started playing, so maybe not too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to play Kukulkan on NA. So just drop
Hey,
three.
just drop your 3 and run. It's not really too much you can do.
Oh, when I discovered Poly. But Poly back then was different to Poly now. Like, you could do like over 1,000 with your Poly hit.
That sounds disgusting.
Like, your basic was doing more than your Kukulkan, and it was just, those were like peak Kukulkan times. That's when he was like a pick, you know? Back when he was a noodle.
Make Polynomicon great again.
No. No, we'll never go back. That was when you're playing it, it's amazing, but when you're just like, you got lagging, and then someone hits you with your one, and then basics you, and you're dead, and you don't even realize until it's happened. And you're just like, what? I'm just chilling at the Phoenix. What did you do to me? You know?
Actually, now that I think about it, Polynomicon's already great. We don't need to make it great again. It still is.
Yeah, it's just a nice place, you know? It's
Mm.
not picked, but if you want to use it, you can actually use it, and you can get reward from it. Doesn't it feel like you've lost too much from not buying another item? Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like it. Especially on Kukulkan. He's like peak poly. Right there. Like,
Cook,
it's big.
Freya, to me, I really enjoyed on Scylla and Morrigan as well.
I tried on Janice once. That's pretty fun. Hit him when you come out the portal. You can't even miss it. That's fun.
Well, I mean, if you you're our mid laner, right?
Unfortunately, yes. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I trust you more on mages than I do in hunters from our Cupid game a while ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't your best, probably your worst. But
probably.
But yeah, like I trust you a lot more on mages, so it's not really too much of a problem. But I was thinking if it was someone like Ulti or like, yeah, if Ulti tried doing that, I'm pretty sure he'd miss it. he doesn't have the best of timings. Also, Ulti, if you're listening to this, hello there.
Fuck you, Ulti. Faggot. Oh yeah, every time I'm on screen I have to call Ulti a faggot. It's the rules.
Oh, fair enough.
Like on all my vlogs. Always end it with
Savage.
Ulti sucks. Oh yeah, data mining. They just released a data mining with some season 5 items. I was going to go for that.
Ooh.
See if it reflects what we're talking about. Alright, I've
Sounds
got it right here. Receiving changes, but there's no info about them. Blackthorn Hammer, thank God. Evolved Gauntlet of Thebes. I saw other Gauntlet of Thebes, I think I know what they're talking about. Evolved Hide of the Urchin. They kind of talked about that anyway. Must be out of date. Obsidian Shard, Talisman of Energy. I have no idea what that's about. And
Talisman of Energy, that sounds amazing.
right? I think they brought back some old items too. Right, Atlantis Bow. They say it's changed, but I think this hasn't changed, but I think it's like a Atlantis tier 2.
By the way, I'm assuming that you're not I'm assuming that because I'm not, for everyone watching, I don't actually see what's on Elph's screen right now. We're not doing this over like
No.
Skype or anything like that.
No.
So when you're throwing these names out, I'm assuming that also means that they don't have any info on it.
Those first ones don't have info, and then this have the ones with info, and it starts with Atlantis Bow, and
Ooh.
it's just the exact same info, so I don't even know what they put it in. But Bancross Talon, this item gives the owner percentage. No, fuck, I'm gonna say that again. This item gives the owner additional magical power and lifesteal based on a percentage of the owner's missing health.
So regular Bancrofts.
Yeah. But I think they also get lifesteal now instead of just power. Extra lifesteal.
They already do get extra lifesteal.
Rightio, I know this game off the back of my head. 150 mana, I think green means it's buffed. But I think there's no other changes.
How much additional lifesteal and power do they get?
Just caps at 100 power and 20% lifesteal at 25% health.
Nothing's changed.
Nah. It's got green text where I think it's changed. And then there's, I actually like this one. Bancross Talon version 2. These are all like subject to change. So it's 100 power, 200 mana, 15% magical lifesteal, and your magical lifesteal from items is increased by 50%. Your magical power is increased by the amount of magical lifesteal you have. Hello Anubis, how are you doing?
That's gonna be an absolute amazing. Because when I used to play Anubis, I used to get Bancross Talon and Book of the Dead. Yeah. And then I did the math on Bancross Talon, and I said, with Bancross Talon alone, you're pretty much overcapping.
Pretty much.
So now I can chuck in Bancross and Book of the Dead, and you're just gonna have lifesteal out the butt.
Yeah, and you get power from it. I wonder if that stops with the limit, or you can build more magical lifesteal and get more power. If it makes it through.
I think there would be a limit.
Yeah. Deathbringer.
But then again, they've had a couple of items that used to break limits.
Yeah.
Like I remember when Genji's Guard was first released, and if you got hit by, I think it was a magical attack, it like doubled your HP 5.
Pretty much.
And so I used to run it on Xing Chen, and like I'd have passive 100 HP 5, and then I'd get hit by like a Kukulkan tornado or something like that, and then it'd be blipping up to 250 HP 5, and I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, I think Spear Magus gives a total of 65 penetration when it says the cap is 60. So I don't think that's an actual cap. I think that's just a one they show there. Like magical power, you can get above that and still get the power. You know?
Ah, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. You think they'd change that, but no.
Well,
Deathbringer.
ooh, Deathbringer's getting changed.
It's 50 power, 30% crit chance, but
Ooh.
your crit damage is increased by 25%. So it's less extra, but more crit.
More crit, less excess.
Yeah.
I don't know what I think about that.
If it's cheaper, I like it, but if it's not, I'm sure.
Because I remember when Rage was 30% crit chance,
and then the extra, that was nice.
I thought that was fine. Speaking of, what's Rage right now? It's 20%.
And then like extra 15%, is it? When you stack it?
With an extra 15. Yeah, so that's a 45% crit chance with one item.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice. I always build it when I'm doing crit. I like
so that's cool. So of 2 items, that's 3/4 chance to get a critical hit.
Yeah.
On top of an Artemis's passive.
Yeah.
That's 90%. You have a 10% chance of not critting.
Watch me. Every time. Divine Rune. It looks like it's the same, but 15 pen. I don't even know if that's different. Oh.
I think that's the same.
Yeah. Watch this shit. Season 5. Enchanted Trinket. This is
Ooh.
It's a lifesteal item. 30 magical power, 100 health, and 12% lifesteal, and it just says power and lifesteal aura. So yeah, I'm guessing that's just the tier 2 of the other one.
Yeah, that sounds like a T2 of Pythags.
Yeah, but did the other one, the tier 2, give the passive as well?
The T2 of any lifesteal gives nothing.
Oh well, I guess they're just bringing back a tier 2 mini version, so that's nice.
Also, quick sort of a touch up on Divine Ruin. It's currently sitting on 10 penetration, so it's getting a little bit of a pen buff.
Yeah, these are all just like data mining, so they might not even go through, but it's what they're looking at.
I wouldn't mind a Divine Ruin pen buff, because let's face it, who picks up Divine Ruin because it's good?
Yeah, you need to have at least 20 pen on that, in my opinion, just so you can replace something in your build like Spirideso and not like lose.
Well, I don't mind missing out on 5 pen, 10 cooldown reduction for anti-healing.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it though, Spear of Deso is absolutely fantastic. I'm not willing to give up 10 pen, 10 cooldown and that passive for anti-healing.
Yeah. Leave that to like your support or something.
5 pen on the other hand, I'm more than happy to... Well, when I say more than happy, I'm still going to do it hesitantly, but I'll do it anyway.
Yeah, I don't feel like you're losing as much, you know? It's like you can still do things. Oh, here we go. Ethereal Staff rework.
Ooh, Ethereal Staff.
Again. Okay, this can't be... Alright. Yeah,
Read it.
I think because the passive contradicts it. This is at the start. This item converts your health into magical power. No, that's not. I think the passive below is different. 90 magical power, 200 health, so 20% crowd control reduction, the same. But the passive, I've read this before and I like it. Your abilities deal an additional 3% of the target's maximum health as true damage. If the target has over 2,250 health, your ability bonus damage scales up, and it reaches a maximum of 10% of their maximum health at 2,750 health.
So, I just want to throw out there that you said 2,250 is the limit?
No, if it has over 2...
No, as in like that sort of like the limit to say if you're over that it does bonus?
Yeah.
2,250 health on a mage is not that hard to hit, especially if you're something like Zhongqi or Hades.
Yeah. I think
that's like a fully stacked Warlock sash, and I think that's about it. That sort of like dumps you on 2,600 around that. Correct me if I'm wrong or anything.
Oh, this is the target has over that much health.
Yeah, like if you use that on like a Hades or a Zhongqi with a fully stacked Warlocks, they're going to feel it.
Yeah. I think it's more just tank kill, something like that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a great tank killer as well. But at the same time, up to 10% true damage. What's the cooldown on that?
None. It's forever.
So you're telling me if a Changa buys that item, she's immediately going to become a tank shredder just through the true damage?
Yeah. I think if you have 4 damaging abilities, that's a maximum of 40% health you can take.
What about a max cooldown Hebo? His 1 is on a 1-second cooldown.
Oh god! Get that out of my brain.
Yeah, I don't think that's going through.
Not in that state, no. I mean, Hebo's back in the meta. Let's just ban him and joust. Yeah, okay.
No.
Season 5 Gauntlet of Thebes. It's different. It's 200 health, and that's it, apart from the passive. For each assist on a lane minion, gain 1 stack. Stacks provide 1 physical protection and 1 magical protection. At 50 stacks, Gauntlet of Thebes evolves, providing 20 protections, magical protections, to nearby allies. So no physical protections for your allies, just magical protections.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the health is all it stays.
200 health, and the passive.
200 health, 50 physical protections, 70 magical protections.
Mm-hmm. I hope it's expensive.
I am going to be buying that item a lot.
It's like Lonos, but it helps your friends.
It's good Lonos.
Yeah, it's good.
It's Lonos you're not going to be selling the second that you get it up, because let's face it, 125 health is not a lot.
Yeah.
However, 200 health for all that amount of protections.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was waiting for a good magical protection item, because don't get me wrong, there's plenty of good ones out there in terms of like Shoguns, Genjis, Pestilence. But like when I don't feel like getting anti-healing, and I feel greedy for getting Genjis, and the solo laner already has a Shoguns. I'm sort of sitting there going, well, what else do I need?
Yeah.
I have my answer.
Or next up is Heartwood Amulet. It's the same passive, but 55 magical protections and 250 health. They just buff the base stats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of like more like what it used to be.
Assault mains are going to be happy.
Yeah. And Itchable rework. Ooh.
Again?
It's pretty much the same. It's the same stats, 25% pack speed, 10 physical penetration, but now it's Silver Branch Bow and Itchable combined into one. So it reduces magical power and physical power.
That's alright.
So
I wonder what
Yeah.
So does that mean they're deleting Silver Branch, or they're repurposing it?
There's a rework down there.
Ah, nice.
Oh no. Oni Hunter's Garb. My babe.
Oh no.
The passive's different. I don't mind that actually. When 3 or more enemy gods are within 55 units of you, you take 5% less damage.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's not like the 20% every minute. You
know? I'm assuming that's a permanent thing.
Yeah, it's permanent.
So that's definitely going to be great on gods that like the specific guardians or warriors that like are always in the fray. So like Ardios, Kuzenbros, Xingqians, Ymir's, Ganesh.
Stacks of Cabs one, he could be nice. Season 5 Poly. Exactly the same. Yeah, exactly the same. Pretty much.
Oh.
They haven't changed it at all.
I guess they're going to either change the price or maybe some stats.
Yeah, no, they haven't changed any of the stats, it looks like. So I'm guessing price. Because they haven't
probably price
in here. Yeah. Pythag Peace. Getting different.
Pythags.
Yep. Magical power 40. They've removed the mana and it's 200 health. Pretty much.
Oh, they added health to Pythags. Wait, yeah. Did Pythags always have health?
It used to have mana. I think it used to have health back in the day. But now there's no mana and just health.
Yeah, Pythags is 40 power, 200 mana.
Yeah.
So they still have the 12% magical lifesteal in the cooldown?
Yep. And I think...
Alright, so they're just changing mana to health. Fair enough.
Yeah. And I think it says they nerfed the aura. Within 70 units, magical lifesteal increased by 12% and power by 30, physical lifesteal by 10% and power by 20.
That's about the same.
Yeah. It says it's red, so I think that means it's nerfed, but it's, yeah, who cares?
They're probably changing it, but they don't exactly know what to yet.
Yeah. Hey, remember Quinn's size?
What are they doing?
Remember the Thurl staff we just talked about? Yep, it's exactly the same thing. The same health. It starts at 4% of the max health, and then at 2,750, it's 6% of the max health. That's okay. I don't mind that.
Give me a second because I just want to do a quick comparison to current kin size.
Yeah.
So kin size, as of right now, starts at 4%.
Yeah.
So
it's up to 6% now.
If the power isn't changing and the attack speed isn't changing, I really hope the price is.
Yeah, because Quinn's wasn't bad.
Because 2,700 gold is nothing for that amazing effect.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tricky one. I hope they do something like that.
Remember when Kins used to be super expensive and the only reason you'd pick it up is if you played Carly because her passive actually made it affordable?
Yeah, it was like 3,100 at one stage. Wait, I just gotta quickly change the camera because... Hello, it's my cat. Meow. You're 11.
Yeah.
11 years old, Mew.
Oh, that's an old cat.
It is an old cat. Very nice cat, though. Oh. There you go. You can do whatever. Off you go. Or you can sit on my keyboard.
Off you go. Bye, puss.
Yeah. We live right next to like a walkway, so she's always down there getting pet by people.
That's cute.
Yeah. She's lovable.
My cat just sits under bushes and looks at everyone walk past.
There's some lady taking photos of her the other day.
That's cute.
For Insta or something. Oh yeah, we're up to Silver Branch Bow.
Oh hey, wonder what happened to this one.
Yep, it's same attack speed, 25%, penetration 10, but the passive increases your attack speed by 5% and reduces the enemy's attack speed by 5%. 3 stacks.
I actually like this.
Yeah, so it's like a dueling item.
Yeah, like, because the reason that they had Silver Branch and Ichabod was, like, if, like, let's say I was in ranked duel and I was playing Ho Yi and I'd go up against a Freya.
Yeah.
Like, normally the meta at the time was, oh, you get Ichabod because everyone uses hunters these days.
Mm.
But what's the point of getting Ichabod if it's not going to do anything to them?
Yeah.
And then, so the natural response was Silver Branch. And so Silver Branch was great, and then they decided to move it all into one item. I said, "Hey, that makes things so much better because the amount of times I've played a joust and the hunter still built Ichabod back when it was your super meta item.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. As a guardian, I'm not complaining, and my friends probably weren't either, seeing as how they were guardians as well.
Yeah.
But now it's just sort of dumbing it down a bit, which certain potatoes are definitely gonna enjoy this.
Yeah, it's all in one place now,
It's all in one place, and now you have the one that increases your attack speed and reduces theirs.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Freya, Kronos, and Sol.
That'd be nice. Yeah. All right, and Sov, it's a similar thing to Heartward, just the base stats: 250 health, 50 physical protection.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So yeah, so it's just a nice little buff to that. Spirit Deso is getting nerfed, now has 15 magical penetration. The rest is the same. So it's the same as Divine Rune.
I like that now, because now you have a choice of, do you want cooldown passive or do you want anti-healing passive?
Yeah.
Like, I thought I was going to have to be tossing up between pen and cooldown or just anti-healing. But now it's just based on cooldown and anti-healing, it's all fair game.
But hold the phone. Spear of Magus has a magical power buff to 65.
I'm not opposed to that. It starts at 50.
Yeah.
So another 15 magical power is not a lot in the grand scheme of things as well. Like, especially when you see Kuka Khans walking around with 12,000 damage.
Yeah.
Sorry, not 12,000, 1,200. God, I really do not want to see a 12,000 damage Kuka Khan.
Hello, Thanatos. Yeah. Just insta-kill everything. Oh, spectral armor is different.
Oh, hey.
Let's rework this item again. Woo. Alright,
What time is this one?
let's see. It's just 60 physical protection. I'm guessing that's it because they don't show any other like extra bits. But the passive reduces critical strike damage by 50%. Hey guys,
That
crits are good. Let's nerf them. Oh wait, they're not.
actually, I'm not opposed to this in the slightest.
Yeah.
Because if you're going up against, let's say, a Mercury or an Artemis or something that's like super heavily reliant on crits, now your only options isn't just Nemean.
Kind of reminds me of Celestial Legion Helm a bit as well.
Wait, so how much physical armor did it have?
60. That's it.
I don't think this is going to be a good item though,
Depends on the price. Yeah.
because it's losing. I'll tell you what it's losing outside of the old passive. It's losing 10 physical protections. It's on 70.
Yeah.
It's also losing 300 mana, 10 MP5, and 20 crowd control reduction. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's already super cheap. It's 2,100 gold.
Yeah. That's a weird one. Hopefully they do something or just don't even do it. Season 5.
There's probably more to it that we don't know about.
Yeah.
I hope there's more to it that we don't know about.
Okay, this one just says unknown related to Season 5 Polynomicon. 50 magical power, passive. Oh yeah, this is a weird one. Your magical damage ignored in the past tense 20% of the target's magical protection. If a target has over 40 magical protections, this effect scales to ignore a larger percentage of their protections. This caps at 40% magical penetration at 150 or more magical protection. Bonus magical damage. Yeah, it looks like it's the same poly, but they just added another passive. And
I hope that's referring to just the poly damage, not everything.
yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, because the amount of times like I've gone for like a big poly hit on a tank and it only does like 112 damage. Like it's sort of depressing, especially like if I could just like throw a silver one in basic anatomy, and that does like 600.
It says it's 50 power, and poly up here says it's 75% power. So I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Maybe it's a different item.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's like an evolved poly or something.
Yeah, and then at the end it says bonus magical basic attack damage. So I don't know. It's weird.
Well, it's definitely something for the mage hunters.
Maybe it's something they haven't like written down right, or it's kind of confusing in there. Maybe it's something else. We're just reading it wrong. Talaria boots is different. It's very different.
I wonder if this is going to be the same with traveler shoes.
I think it is. I read down there below. 10 physical power, 25% movement speed. Oh, it's just swift wing, pretty much.
Oh,
boots. Yeah, you get 20% move speed for 7 seconds.
However, you said 25 move speed, right?
Yeah, so that's a buff.
I'm quite happy with this because, I mean, it's still a net loss from old Talaria Boots passive. You used to get an additional 14 over your 18. So you went from a 32 to a 25, you say?
Yeah.
However, having that 25 at all times, especially in combat, is definitely going to be useful.
Yeah, when you leave your fountain, you get 20% for 7 seconds.
So that's a grand total of 45 outside of the base?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you lose that passive the second you enter combat, though?
Yeah, you lose it.
Yeah, thought so. What about the rest of the other stuff? The HP 5 and the 30 gold when you hit someone. Is that gone?
Doesn't say it there, so I'm assuming it's gone.
Oh, I like that. I like just dumping like just doing a Xing Qian roar like through like 3 enemies and getting 90 gold for it just for doing that.
Yeah, Talon Trinket. Isn't that just? Is it tier 2?
Talon Trinket's T2 Bancrofts.
Yeah, it looks like it has a mini version of the passive.
Huh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, so it looks like they're doing that for a lot of the magical lifesteal ones. Like halfway passive.
I'm not opposed to this in the slightest.
Yeah, it's something different.
Because the one problem they have with that though is it's a rather slippery slope.
Yeah.
Because the last one that I saw had a mini passive was the Frostbound, and they removed the mini passive.
Yeah.
And the previous one that had a mini passive was Golden Bow, and we all know what happened to Golden Bow.
Yeah. Wait, tier 2, what's it called? The one that all the mages are buying now, and like competitive stuff, the like 2% per 5 seconds or something.
The 2% for 5 seconds?
The health thing, you know the old.
Oh, T2 Stone of Gaia.
Yeah, that one. That is it. Hey, like talisman, stone talisman, something like that.
So I'm fine with that one because it's not like an overly strong thing.
Yeah.
But if you say T2 Poly, T2 Bancrofts, T2 of the whatchamacallit, Pythags, because like it's all the damaged ones that get removed.
Maybe that's what that thing was about, with the less power, but they only wrote the extra bit at one spot, even though it's for both polys now. Like there's
maybe.
Yeah, that's what that was about. Maybe. Who knows? That could be it. They just.
Does that mean that Poly and Pythags are going to go down 2 different trees?
It could. Yeah, I'd like to see that actually. More little passes with lifesteal.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah, maybe new ways to start and conk. Get there like a 140 thing. A 1,400 item, something like that. A little bit of passive. That'd be good. You know? Mix up starts. I like that. You have my seal of approval, Hi-Rez. But fuck yes. This is good. You're gonna like this.
This is good. I'm intrigued.
Telekind's ring.
Telekind's the shit in the first place, so we can only go up here.
70 magical power.
Okay.
10% movement speed.
10% movement speed.
20% attack speed.
20. Okay, they're putting attack speed back on it. That's fantastic.
And they're bringing back the old passive.
I love this.
Sylvanas mains rejoice. It's back. Basic attack.
Rejoice.
Your basic attacks deal bonus damage equal up to 10 plus 5% of your magical power. And then...
Wait, keep going. Finish your passive first.
Yeah, then there's Telekind's V2 below, and it consumes stacks to deal bonus damage. I think they talk more about this below, and I like it.
Alright. So, as of right now with current Telekinds, that passive is better than the old one. Because before it was like, I think it was a flat 30.
Yeah.
So, like, when you use both 1 and 2 on your fray and you slap someone, 3 different numbers came up.
Yeah.
And so you get like a 220, a 150, and a 17. But now you've actually got like lots of damage.
Especially late game, it doesn't fall off anymore like it used to.
Oh yeah.
Like build that first item on Freya and just run around macing people up. That was hilarious.
I thought it was the greatest. And then they changed Telekinds, and then they changed it again.
Yeah, I'm glad it's back to this. I really hope this one goes through, because we scroll down, Telekind's V2, it's a bit different.
Is this
weird?
Is this an item with 2 passives?
I think this is something completely different, but they could just call it Telekind's Ring V2. I don't know, it's weird.
Alright.
Because 50 magical power, that's right.
Right.
150 health.
Ooh.
12% magical lifesteal.
Right.
10% cooldown reduction. And then the passive. Hitting an enemy with an ability or basic attack gives you 1 stack. At 5 stacks, your next ability will deal bonus damage equal to 25% of your magical power, and will heal yourself and allies within 20 units for 25% of your magical power, and will consume the 5 stacks. And then this item grants the owner physical penetration. I don't know about that last sentence.
I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say magical.
Yeah, it says physical, but I hope it's... How would they work that in? I don't know. Maybe it's... I don't know.
It seems like it's going to be a bit more of an intense soulstone.
Yeah. Like maybe give Freya something to help routine. I don't know. Because she'd proc it more than once, wouldn't she?
If she hits the cleave orders, yeah.
If it's an ability and her range basic, that's 2, isn't it? And then if
yeah,
you go 1, it's 3.
In in one auto chain, an Isis can get max soulstone stacks off a buff king.
Yeah.
Because the last one's a cleave, and all three of those basics count. And actually, now that I think about it, before they made the change to Ao Kuang's 3, making it not proc basic attacks, that used to be able to like not only completely stack a soulstone, but proc it as well.
Yeah, if this was Freya, every second basic at least would proc this. So 25% magical power as a heal and extra 25% bonus damage. I hope Freya doesn't count. Maybe they do something.
It's confirmed. Freya is the new healer.
Holy fuck! It's only 20 units though, so you have to be pretty close.
Yeah, you have to be in melee range.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean that's stupid. Okay, this one I stand by 100%. Transcendence is exactly the same, but it gives 10 cooldown reduction.
I'm on board.
Yep, I like that. Ability hunters.
Because I think it's fantastic, because I thought it was rather weird that they just gave it a bit of like a lot of mana, some MP5, but didn't really do anything else besides that. The fact that it lets you use more abilities as well.
Yeah.
Outside of the fact that it's letting you use more abilities in the first place with excess mana and MP5. I think it's fantastic.
It's like the legit ability god item now, yeah?
Because before it just felt weird. Now it feels good.
Yeah, it's the same everywhere else. I'm guessing the price might change a little bit, but yeah.
It definitely seems like it's going to be great on these ability hunters, like, let's say, a whole year.
Yeah.
Or who else counts as an ability hunter these days? Chiron? No, I don't think Chiron.
Yeah, he's on the abilities, isn't
he? Maybe Chiron.
Yeah. Well, obviously, Chiron...
Oh, I hope they nerf Ula.
Let's not discuss Cupid. I don't think he counts for any of this. He's not relevant at all. Unless you build him triple mask.
Please don't do that again.
Okay, how long?
Thank you.
Then we're up to Traveler's Shoes. It's just the same as the other ones.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, 20 magical power, the extra passive. Void Shield, Season 5. Looks like they're just moving it around a bit. 20 physical power, so less, and more physical protection at 60 and 150 health. I think he gave 100.
The health's a nice touch.
Yeah. So it looks like it's more tank oriented, like what they did to like that Void Stone shield. Yeah, Void Stone. That's what they did to Void Stone.
Yeah.
But now
because I remember some other YouTuber made a comparison between why should you buy a Void Stone over Mystical Mail. And the conclusion he made was, hey, you know, Voidstone's fantastic for removing penetration, but you can have constant ticking damage and health.
Yeah.
Now, you don't get as much health as Mystical Mail. You get about half of it.
Yeah.
But free pen's pretty nice, you got to admit.
Yeah, that is nice. So yeah, it's getting the same kind of love for Void Shield.
Hope they reduce the price.
Yeah, you'd think they would, eh?
Because it's literally the same price as Mystical Mail.
Yeah. Alright. This is the real curveball. Height of the Ocean, rework.
Hey!
Same base stats. 30 physical projection, 30 magical, 250 health, 250 mana, blah blah blah. Passive. It says it's red for nerf, but I don't know. It's something else as well at the end. You gain 2 magical protection and 2 physical protection for each god kill or assist, max 10. And then, at 10 stacks...
Wait. Can you wait for just a second? Alright, so the nerf came from the fact that it used to get 3 per.
Yeah.
Alright, continue.
Yes. Then, at 10 stacks, Height of the Urchin evolves. Ooh.
Hey!
Providing a regenerating shield.
I picked this up very frequently before. I hope they're increasing the price because I now have 2 new core items. I have this and I have new I have new whatchamacallit. Oh, fuck, I can't even remember.
A regenerating it's Kipri. It's a Kipri passive. It didn't say how much the shield is or how much it ticks, but
it shouldn't be a lot, and the tick cooldown should be pretty, like maybe 10 seconds.
Yeah. You'd think it'd be less than a max Khepri, just so Khepri's useful, you know?
The one thing I hope for is that I really hope they don't bug it out like they did with Shaman's Ring when that was released.
Hmm.
Like when they started releasing evolved passives, what they made happen was if the item evolves, you could buy another unevolved item, and people used to run around with 6 evolved Shaman Ring and do a crap load of damage and move really, really quickly.
Yeah. This is a weird one. I mean, let's see how it works out if it gets through. And now we're on to the unknown items, when it's just straight up no name, just some stats.
Alright.
Now
These must be new items?
Well, I'm guessing this first one is just Roto Tahuti reworked. Because it's 125 magical power, 30 MP5, but the passive is enemy gods below 50% health will take 20% additional magical power scaling from your abilities.
Below 20%?
Yeah, they will take additional 20% if they're below 50% health.
Okay, so under half they take extra.
Yeah.
This sounds like a interesting item.
I don't know if they're removing Roto Tahuti for this.
If I was a mage, would I pick it up? I mean, the damage is pretty high, depending on the price, really.
Guessing it would be.
But if it's the same price as Tahuti, probably not.
No. And then Unknown 2. Magical power 60, mana 200, MP5 20. Alright. Killing or assisting an enemy minion. I'm guessing, yeah, it's kill them. Provides you with 1 stack, granting 1% movement speed and 3 magical power per stack. It lasts for 15 seconds and stacks up to 5 times. So 5
temporary passives don't normally sit well with the community. So it's going to have to be a pretty amazing temp passive in order for you to pick it up.
This kind of just seems like poke the enemy after clearing the wave. And
more or less.
It seems what it's for. Yeah. Unknown 3. It's a lot of magical ones. 70 maybe looking at a new tree or something. Because it's next
probably
on magic. Yeah, the top 4 are all magical ones, and they're all mana and MP5. So 70 magical power, 200 MP5. 200 mana, 20 MP5. That's better. Passive. It's the same one twice. Wait. Oh, maybe that's the tier 2 of it, because now it's assisting an enemy minion, provides you with 1 stack, giving you 2 movement speed and 3 magical power per stack, and 15 seconds 5 times. So 10 more power, 2%. Maybe they were just trying different versions of the same item.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. They're just trying to find a nice balance for it, but had it
sounds about right.
At the same time. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I should read this first. This one. I remember this one. Alright, 100 magical power. Yeah, that's alright. It's big. 200 health, 200 mana, and the passive. If you drop below 50% health, you gain a shield equal to 25% of your current mana. This shield lasts 6 seconds, and it can only happen every 90 seconds.
I think Kukulkan approves.
Yeah. Hit the just out of Fountain Kukulkan with like a raw ult, boom, he's got like triple health.
Oh god, we now have 2 gods that have black health bars.
Oh Jesus. It's the new Hercules. Oh, here we go. Physical ones.
Hey.
There we go. 30 physical power, 20% attack speed. Okay, I'm just going to read this out as it looks. Physical penetration, in speech mark, comma, speech mark, value, colon, plus 15. Your abilities deal bonus damage over time equal to 5% of your physical power each tick, ticking 3 times over 2 seconds. Is it like Bluestone for hunters, but forever? You don't sell it?
Maybe.
It looks like for me. I don't know what's going on with the pen there. Is it? I think it's just 15 pen, but they've added some weird stuff into it. It almost looks like
maybe it's a bit of a coding glitch.
Yeah, maybe they're talking about there's a tier 2, and they just add 15 onto the tier 2 or something, and they've written that out weird. I don't know. I'm thinking it's just 15 pen. Oh, that's probably Crusher, because they had mentioned Crusher up there was getting reworked.
Hey.
This is probably new Crusher, because the stats are pretty similar. They're exactly the same. The stats are the same. But the passive.
Oh, yeah.
This is new Crusher. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Unknown 6. Physical 1. This item gives the owner additional cooldown reduction or MP5 based on missing mana. I'm guessing it's a warrior item. 30 physical power, 350 health, 200 mana. Yeah, it's the warrior item.
Oh, that's definitely a warrior item. It seems like the warrior equivalent of a Hydra's.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, maybe they're killing Hydras. Who knows? All right, passive. While over 50, oh yeah, this one. While you're over 50% mana, you gain 10% cooldown reduction. But while you're under 50% mana, you gain 50 MP5. 50.
You know, I quite like these sorts of shifter items, like
Shifter shield.
Because this definitely isn't going to be a repeat of shifter shield.
No.
I doubt it. So I think this is absolutely a fantastic item
for ability warriors. Yeah.
For ability warriors, so things like Tyr, Odin, I think these are going to be amazing.
Yeah, for ability versus cleave attack people, this is right. This is helping. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, this is some. I hope this makes it.
High res are listening. Thank God. Unknown 7. It's a defensive item. Kills or assists increased nearby allies' stats. So 50 magical. It's a magical protection item. 50 magical protection. 350 health. Passive. Getting a kill or assist on enemies cause you. I'm guessing that's minions and gods. Causes you and your allies within 55 units to gain stacks of energy. Maybe this is the talisman of energy they're talking about. Because it fits in the talisman tree, because there's a talisman in there. I'm guessing that's what it is. Maybe they've taken one of the other ones out. Energy stacks provide 1% movement speed, 1% attack speed, and 5 MP5 per stack. It lasts 6 seconds and stacks up to 10 times. So 50 MP5, 10% attack speed, 10% movement speed, fully stacked. So
what I hope they do with that item is I hope that killing a minion grants 1 stack, but killing a god fully stacks it.
Yeah, or 5 stacks or something like they do with other ones at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of
like wait, you said it only lasts like 6 seconds, right?
6 seconds.
Fully stacked.
Fully stacked.
Because let's face it, it's not going to last if you only give 5 stacks. I say give.
Yeah, 10 stacks. I like that.
Because giving 30 MP5 just for a god kill for 6 seconds is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because that's another 30 mana for free.
Pretty much.
Plus all the you said 1% move speed, right?
1% move speed, 1% attack speed. Each stack.
6. I'm assuming this is for people around you as well.
Yeah.
Or is this just for you?
55 units.
Oh, 55 units it's decent.
It's like
not.
It's basically.
It's not a lot. It's a bit under basic attack range. Basic attack range is normally like 60, 70.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit closer.
Yeah, it's about that. Yeah, around that sort of 55 unit area. Yeah. So that's.
It could be fine. I'll probably play around with it a little bit.
Kind of like War Flag, but not War Flag.
Kind of like War Flag, but for everyone.
Yeah. Well, War Flag was for everyone, but it was a starter item.
War Flag is not for everyone.
It gives your friends... Yeah, it gives your friends health and mana.
Guardians can't pick it up.
And our warriors can. Oh,
so if I play Guan support, yeah, sure, it's for everyone.
Yeah.
But I can't do that if I'm Capri.
That's true. They tried to bring warrior supports in the meta. Didn't work. Maybe this is their compromise. Who knows?
Look, if I have a Freya ADC, I'm playing warrior support.
Yeah, that's true. But they're not in the meta either, so I guess that can't be in the meta. So yeah, kind of a trickle down.
Who needs to play around? Who needs to play the meta? We make our own meta.
Yeah, Kuzenbros. Triple mask everywhere. Unknown 8. So, yeah, this looks like Heartward, but they've tried maybe like an alternate version of Heartward they've been messing around with, because it gives all allies within 55 units 20 magical protection, 200 health, 50 physical protection, 50 magical protection, and 15 HP 5. Yeah. So, I'm guessing that was something they were trying.
That sounds like a tanky mage item.
Yeah. There's no power in it, but it's nice. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, I'm guessing Unknown 9 is just bombers, by the way. 30% bonus damage versus jungle monsters, 10% health restored on killing a jungle monster, 25 mana restored on killing a jungle monster, and 10 pen. So, bombers.
Sounds like bombers.
Yes, it's bombers. It's bombers. Ugh. What? We're up to relics, and the first one is Aegis Amulet, and I do not approve at all.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It says it's a nerf. That's the kicker for me. Using this.
I'm happy with an Aegis nerf.
No. It says it's a nerf, but it's not a nerf. I'll tell you that.
Uh-oh.
Invulnerability for a short duration. It makes you invulnerable for damage for 1.5 seconds. Oh no, wait. No, I missed that wrong the first time, because I thought it said it healed you as well, but no, it makes you immune to healing. But I thought it said it also healed you when I first read it, and that's why I was concerned. Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, they just added that into the text because people are too stupid to realize, hey, if he can't take damage, now's the perfect opportunity to heal him.
Yeah.
You could never heal through an Aegis.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just misread that the first time. It looks like it's 1.5 seconds, cooldown 180, upgraded, cooldown 150. So, was it always 1.5?
Please tell me you can't heal through upgraded Aegis.
You can't heal from upgraded Aegis. I just
Thank God.
misread that. When I first read it, I thought it said it also healed you. And I was like, what the fuck? No! No, please.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah. Okay, I'm good with this.
It's just upgrading the text.
Yeah. And then Chalice of the Oracle. Yeah, it's just, I don't even know what I put it in. It's exactly the same. There's nothing different to it whatsoever. It just explains how wards works. That's about it. Yeah. Nothing. I don't even know. Maybe they're changing the price. I don't know. Cursed Ankh upgrade. I like this one. It's the same anti-heal. But enemies that are healed while it's in effect take 20% more damage from all sources.
Is this for the duration? For the duration?
Yep, and it lasts 10 seconds.
I'm a lot happier with this than the previous.
Yeah, it's exactly the same, but you still have the anti-heal passive. It's 50%.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's an anti-heal relic. But
upgrade. So
let me bring up the previous upgrade. The previous upgrade was enemies afflicted by have their ability mana cost an additional 20%.
Yeah, that's weird.
And increase ability cooldowns by 2% after they're fired.
That's dumb.
So essentially, an upgrade curse would make their abilities cost more.
Yeah.
And they'd have 2 seconds longer.
Like who even
and don't get me wrong, it's not bad.
No.
But in the first place, curse was never picked up.
No, you wouldn't pick it up. But this, I could see this being picked up.
Like on a full healer team, I would still pick up Shell and Thorns.
Yeah, pretty much.
But now it's giving me reason to say, hey, there's a Hel, a Ra, and a Sylvanas on the enemy team. Curse Ankh sounds like it's gonna be amazing.
It'd be kind of sucky for the gods like Chiron or something that heal without you really choosing with the passive and your ally.
But then again, who's gonna pick up a Curse Ankh just for a Chiron?
Yeah, but maybe you've got like a Sylvanas on the team as well, and you pick it up as well as a Chiron, and you say, okay, no one heal. Okay, Chiron uses his one, starts healing. Oh fuck, I'm gonna die.
The big one for me though. Does this proc on Potions, Lifesteal, and Stone of Gaia passive?
I think the reduction would, but I don't think the extra would. That would be stupid. You don't want an item that's going to make you shit. directly?
I'm probably gonna have to. No, it's in like because Stone Guy procs every second, Potions proc every second, Lifesteal procs whenever you're basic, so
Yeah.
that can happen up to 2.5 times a second.
But you wouldn't want it as soon as you're in range that were hit by that, you take 20% more damage. There's nothing you can do about it. So I think it would just be ability healing. You'd think. Maybe the reduced
it might be ability healing, and to an extent, I hope it is Stone of Gaia as well.
Yeah.
That item is overused as a support. I pick it up every single time, and I hate myself for it. But there's a reason I'm doing it.
It's not even immune to knockups anymore. It wasn't bought. They removed that. It got bought. High-res must be struggling, honestly. They nerf items and then people buy them all the time. So it's like, oh, do we nerf it again? I guess we have.
Do we undo the nerf? No, we can't possibly do that. We're high-res.
Yeah.
Delete the item.
Pretty much. And then it's just for the next adventure, which is weird. So.
Ooh, more adventures.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Have you heard about this adventure?
No, I haven't.
It's defend the cart. I think it's like a zombies thing, where you've got a cart that moves along and you have to like shoot people. But your gods. I think that's what it's about.
I'm assuming there'd be like a choice of hunters.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that's kind of what they're trying to do with it. But looks like you can get items and it's, I don't know, it's weird.
I would love to bring like a Hades or a Cerberus into that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be
just like group all of them up. Anyway, that sounds rather fun. I'm more than happy to play along with it.
Yeah. Alright, so I think we've covered it all. We got tank hunters, we got warriors versus assassins, too easy to rotate, leap, jump gods. I think a lot of this has, the item wise, has addressed it. Yeah.
I mean, hopefully some of those items don't make it ethereal.
Yeah, let's no, thank you. Not maybe less percents, but yeah, 10%. Ooh, no cooldown. Ooh, no, thank you. I don't like that at all.
I don't want it in my game.
Yeah, no. All right, but I think the one thing that would fix all of this would be Racer Rumble, bitches! Yeah, motherfucker! Racer Rumble jump!
Oh, yeah!
Bitch! Tank hunter meta, fuck you! No fucking order when you're in a cart, motherfucker! Woo! Warriors, assassins, warriors are slower, assassins are faster. Difference, pick assassin. Woohoo! Too easy to rotate. There is fuel for your cart, motherfucker. You don't need to rotate because you'll use fuel and you gotta buy it at the store. Wrist rotates. There's a wrist. Boom. Free jump dodge. You can't jump in the cat. You're in a cat. No fucking ability versus basic. Who cares? You're in a cat. You're running around snowballing. Everyone's cart goes the same speed. Problem solved. The player base. It's just
contradictions. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you. Everything. Fuck Conk. We don't need Racer Rumble Jungle. Player base. Everyone loves Racer Rumble. Everyone loved it. It was the best. And data mining, I'm expecting to see this in PDS permanently. Like, it's gonna come in. Season 5, this is happening. Alright? Don't even argue. It's happening. Alright? Fuck you. It's happening. You suck.
Everything else we said doesn't even compare to this.
Nothing. That was just filler to get to the main thing. Alright? Yeah. Disregard it all. You suck shit.